Our first guest tonight is a Tony-winning actor you know from films like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Election, and Glory, as well as shows like Painkiller. He stars in Tartuffe, which starts performances November 28th at New York Theater Workshop. Please welcome back to the show our friend Matthew Broderick, everybody!
Hi, how are you?
I'm very excited that you're here.
You are?
Yeah.
That's nice.
I'm very excited you got another play coming out that's very exciting.
Yes, I do, indeed. I have a play, Tartuffe.
Tartuffe. This is a very famous play.
Yes, it's 361 years old.
Yeah.
And it's
your
fresh.
job to make it fresh, yeah. But it's a very, I think it's forever fresh. That's why people keep doing it. You're in rehearsals now? Is that, I'm calling it correctly, right? Previews haven't started.
No.
So your rehearsals, how do you feel like it's going?
So-so.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's going good. It's great. It's the best thing I've ever done.
But is so a good place to be right now? Like, genuinely. Like, you've done this a lot. Like, you don't want to be peaking right now.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, and we're not. So that's good. Yeah, it's week 3 of rehearsal, which is people trying to remember lines.
Yeah.
And, we did a little run-through for designers the other day, and David Cross is in it.
Yeah.
The great David Cross.
He's fantastic.
And he hasn't, I don't think he's done a regular play, or at least not in a very long time. So we did it, and, it went the way these things go, with concerned looks and us stumbling around. And afterwards he said, is it normal that it's that bad? I said, yeah. Yeah, it is pretty.
That's good. So he
right.
has to turn to you because you're kind of like the old pro at this.
I'm the veteran.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you enjoy your veteran status?
Why, sure. Yeah, anything to help the youngins.
Yeah, the youngins like David Cross, the up-and-comers.
Yeah.
17th century play. Is it costumes? Is it wigs?
Yes, I will
exciting.
have a wig.
Are you excited about that?
Yeah, very.
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet, but it's very long.
Okay.
Long hair.
Great.
I can't wait. And I have, 17th century silk, I think it's silk, outfit and tights.
Great.
I have shoes with buckles on them.
Do you feel like this helps you as an actor find your way into a role, or do you just like it because it's fancy?
Both. I do like, I like that it's fancy mostly, but I also, I think the costumes make the man, it's once you have that, you're like, oh, it's this kind of guy.
Yeah.
Before the costumes come, I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, if I went to see Tartuffe and you were dressed the way you are now, I'd be very disappointed immediately.
Why? What do you? Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I am too.
The last time you were here, you were talking about Plaza Suite. You were on stage with your wife, Sarah Jessica Parker, and we talked about. You had a mishap early on where you went through a door that was not supposed to open.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And you had another one later in the run.
Yes.
Which is maybe more embarrassing.
It's a worse story for me, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were a month or a few weeks into the run or something, and the first play is rather serious, and we were talking about our marriage, which is ending, or seems to be dissolving, and I kept hearing like, please set your parameter, or, want to go for a run, or, like somebody's phone was talking.
Yeah.
And, we're trying to do a pretty serious scene, and I keep hearing it talk and talk, and then I'm like, I'm going to tell somebody in the audience, turn that off.
Yeah.
They should know better. And Sarah was like looking at my wrist. Like, what the hell? What? Now, what are you looking at my wrist for? There's some phone going off. You're looking at my wrist. But I had left my Apple Watch on, which was just
kind of blabbering away.
Yeah. I don't know why it was talking. It doesn't normally talk that much.
I like if it was just sentient. It's like, is this a play? Am I in a play?
This is my big chance. Yeah.
This is my first play.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why it kept repeating itself. It was like trying again.
Yeah.
Delivering. Yeah.
I hope you two get back together.
Yeah.
Just like becoming a part of the scene. Have you had, again, I think like people, you've been at this a long time. Have you had mistakes over the years on stage?
Yes.
And again, not because you're bad at it, just because you've been in so many plays. You're gonna have flubs.
I have flubs. I've been in a lot, and I am bad at it. I mean, well, let's see. I often forget that and have my glasses on.
Your own personal glasses.
Yes.
Okay.
I very often had a very carefully planned costume and then just come out in my own glasses.
Gotcha.
And which is worse if you're wearing transition lenses.
Okay.
Because the lights hit you and they become sunglasses. So,
Right. So it's bad enough to-
Jack Nicholson at a basketball game. It's like, yeah.
So first you walk out and the whole audience is like, oh, I don't remember this character having glasses. And then while you're in the scene, they turn into sunglasses. And that's probably when they all collectively are like, oh, those are Matthew's glasses.
He's an idiot. Yeah, yeah. No, it's very embarrassing when that happens. It's happened a few times, the glasses. And
Yeah.
and I always think, does anybody notice that I have these? Maybe I could take them off. Nobody's seen them, but I think they probably do see them.
Yeah, I think. I'll tell you, historically, I notice them right away. Yeah. When someone in a play is wearing them, I notice
You
right
do?
away. Yeah. You, there was an article about your wife, about Sarah Jessica, and she is a judge for the Booker Prize this year.
Yes.
This is an incredible literary honor, and she obviously is a great reader, but I did not realize until I read the article the burden of reading she has had to take on this year. And she has taken it very seriously, which is a real tribute to her.
She read every book that she was sent, and it's 150-something books.
So she has read 100 now. How checked out has she been to like you and the rest of the family?
Completely.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I mean,
it's
it
been
must be
terrible.
like, I mean, I will say, like, I think she might be living the dream because, like, she's reading and she has to.
Yes.
Like, usually when my family sees me reading, they don't, like, actually think that means they can, like, they have to leave me alone.
Right. Yeah.
So, but have you all been very respectful of this?
Very.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, it was amazing to watch. She would basically wake up and start, and the books were like this, most of them.
Yeah.
Very thick books.
Yeah, and you can't be the judge who keeps picking the short ones because then they're on to you.
Yeah.
They're like, which ones do you like? You're like, the 5 shortest ones.
That one.
They're like, did you read the book, Sarah?
Yeah. No. She took whatever they handed her, and she worked so hard. I'm very proud of her.
That's great. Has she given you a little?
I would still be working on one of them.
Did you think?
Yeah.
You're not a fast reader? Has she given you
Who
any?
was that again?
Any inside scoop on which ones she might think have a shot?
No.
Okay, is that part of it? Is she?
Yes, she was sworn to secrecy.
Wow, that's very exciting.
So she kept the secret even from me. Yeah. Shocking.
Yeah, I don't care for that. I feel like she
I know
should.
my watch has something to say about that. Yeah.
I have a lot more to ask Matthew. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here with Matthew Broderick. You've been on stage with Sarah Jessica, your wife.
Yeah.
You early in your career, your dad was a stage actor.
Yeah.
And he reached out to you when you were very young to offer you a part.
Yes, he did.
How little were you the first time he asked?
I think I was about 7.
Okay.
Yeah. And I was at home and minding my own business. And Dad called from where he was doing a play. It was out of town somewhere. And he said, you know, it's been rewritten and there's children in it. And great news, there's a part. So if you want to come, you know, read in front of people, you know, the director and then an audience, and you'll just be looking at a piece of paper. And I was like, I burst into tears, basically. I was like...
Because it was not because you were happy.
Not because I was happy, no.
You immediately...
Somebody was suggesting that I was going to have to read, for one thing, and out loud, and in front of people, and act in a play, which was absolutely...
But then
I still feel that
you
way.
did eventually find your way into being in a play with your dad.
I did.
And how was that experience?
It was great.
It
was better than the first
Right.
one.
You didn't cry through that scene.
I didn't cry.
Yeah, that's
good. And I was 17, a little more mature.
Yeah.
A better reader.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Although based on what you were saying last act, still
better.
not great.
I just said better. Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and that was a very good play by Horton Foote called 1918. And no, it was called Valentine's Day, that one. And we were a Southern family, and we had to have a fight. I was kind of the bad son, you know? So the dad was real mad at me. And he'd yell at me, but like son, like in a Southern Texas accent, you know? And I could never quite, I'd just be like, Dad, don't, you know, it's really silly, you know? You're yelling at me in that accent.
It is funny, yeah, like growing up in New York and all of a sudden your dad's pretending to be from Texas. You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Although I am going to start yelling at my kids in a Southern accent, see if I have
Yes.
Just any, like, because I'm not getting through right now, so I might need to switch it up. You got to act with your son. You guys did an episode of Elsbeth together.
Yeah.
There's
Amazing.
the two of you. How was that being on the other side of it?
Fantastic. Because, I go to these sets and do this my whole life, and, and to have him come with me, not just to visit, but, we had coffee in the morning and our lunch pails and all that. The soldering iron.
That's great. And you didn't have to do a Texas accent, so that made it more natural.
No, I was so natural, I don't think my son thought I was ridiculous at all. Yeah.
Well, you learned the hard way how important it was to not be ridiculous. All right, I want to ask about this, because we've talked again about my affinity for Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Here it is. Yeah. And this is great. You and Alan Ruck, for the first time since Ferris Bueller, just did a movie together.
Yeah, we did.
That's so. What was it like to work with him again?
It was just like we'd never stopped.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was in Vancouver. And I love Vancouver. And see, I'm wearing a hat that Canadians are.
Yeah.
It was like, I swear to God, we do keep in touch a little bit, but it was like we continued a conversation that had started, 40, 30 something years, whenever it was.
That's incredible.
100 years ago, I don't know how long.
What a wonderful thing.
I love him.
I have a question. When did you first show, did your kids watch Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Was that a one that they were excited to see?
No.
Yeah.
I don't. I don't know. They were too little for it.
Yeah.
And now they're too big.
Right.
I don't remember when that happened.
I'm trying to.
It goes like this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
What's that?
Growing up with the kids.
Yeah. They just go so fast, and at no point are they interested in your work.
That's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my boys are right at the place, like 9 and 7, where they're like just stuff that's like a little more adult. And I'm trying to think, it's been a while since I've seen it, if Ferris Bueller's Day Off is okay for 9 and 7.
I think perfect.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they'll be so enamored with like who Ferris is, and I think it's safe.
I think so.
Yeah. This is on you if it's not,
I don't remember.
Yeah.
But
it feels like okay. It feels like not like
are there like sexist things in it?
I don't think so. My take is there's a no from everybody.
No?
So yeah. Because there's some of these movies that you grew up loving. It's not.
I know.
Great.
At the time you're like,
yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh no. And then you have to pause it and be like, no, you both laughed real hard. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why it was wrong.
That's not funny.
Why it's
Yeah,
not funny.
yeah.
Yeah. And that sort of robs the whole thing of a cinema experience. All right, I'm very excited to show them that. I'm very excited to see the two of you back together. And I'm very excited to see
It's called The Best Is Yet to Come.
The Best Is Yet to Come. That's I can't wait to see it. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see Tartuffe. I'm hearing great things from you.
Thanks.
You guys, this is Matthew Broderick. Tartuffe. Performances start November 28th at New York Theater Workshop. We'll be right back with Dave Franco.